We're at Little Corona del Mar, one of Orange County's hidden treasures. Calm waters, rocky reefs and marine life, and a special guest appearance. And usually a calm, quiet spot.
Friendliest one I've ever seen.
This is Hike Bites. Heidi and I didn't waste a minute. We jumped right in the water. It was peaceful, 1 to 2 foot surf, water visibility about 10 to 15 feet, and the water was warm, about 68 degrees. Perfect day to go snorkeling. It didn't take long to run into one of its residents, the California state fish, the Garibaldi. He was a beauty and he had his own special home. Just a heads up, you need to be aware of the diversity of the reef. It can go from 6 inches deep to 5 feet and 10 feet in very short distances. This makes it dangerous when the waves come in, and you'll see here in a minute how Heidi and I got ourselves into trouble not paying attention. So my recommendation, come out when it's about 1 foot, maybe 2 feet, and that's the biggest. I'm not kidding. This is a dangerous spot, and you'll see what happens to us. But it was well worth it because what we discovered on the sandy side of this reef was magical. You'll see this little fella we run into in just a moment. I believe some of the majority of the marine life is a little bit deeper into the north side of this spot, and there's kelp beds and other interesting rock formations to visit. But once we got wiped out, it kind of cut the days short.
As we were snorkeling, it was so beautiful and just discovering the fish and the sea life there, and I kept wanting to go closer to the shallows. But little did we know what we were in for.
The shallows are beautiful, and we kept viewing the sea life as we felt the currents pushing back and forth. And I was watching the water drain in and drain out. And I thought to myself, okay, it's small, maybe nothing will happen.
This was our first close call.
But in ignorance, we just kept pushing to the shallows. This was my mistake. I know better. Notice how the water keeps draining out? That's your sign. Head to the deeper waters.
This was our second close call, and Sean took off his mask and he said, "Let's get out of here."
So we frantically started headed towards deeper waters, but it was too late. The set was coming. There's no turning back at this point. We just had to ride the washing machine, and I did get quite a gouge on my ankle. After we got ragdolled across that reef, man, I was so happy to find out Heidi was unscathed. I got a good gash, but we knew we got to get out of here quick, so we put it into seal mode and kicked our little legs as fast as we could. But I'll tell you, it was all worth it because who we ran into next made the whole thing magical.
I cannot tell you how good it felt to land my feet on the sand.
Well, we took about a 10-minute break, and then a seal started popping his head up in the shallows. I couldn't resist.
I'm coming back.
It wasn't even 30 seconds, and the little guy made an appearance. He was only a juvenile harbor seal, and he was very curious. We were testing each other. He'd come close, eye me, back off a little bit. We checked each other out as we came up for air. He'd get a breath, I'd get a breath, and then I just stared at him outside the water. It was so cool. His little seal body was so buoyant and flexible. He was such a master in his terrain. And I enjoyed watching him. We just kept staring at each other. I know he was building trust, and I was trying not to move swiftly or towards him. I let him make all the moves. And look at this. He turned his back to me. That is a sign of total trust in the wild. Could not believe it. I thought the best had already happened and he was going to make his way away. This is usually how it happens. But something surprised me tremendously. I backed off a little bit, I got some air and came back down. And what happened next blew me away. The little guy just couldn't take it any longer. He had to check out my dive case. I've never seen a seal this close. Total trust. It was amazing, and I will never forget that moment. As he finally drifted off, I just floated there speechless, absolutely amazed, and complete awe that just for that brief moment, a wild seal had chosen to share its world with me, and even our breath. I will never forget it.
He sniffed the camera. He hung out with me this close. I got him for like 5 minutes with the camera. He was very friendly. Friendliest one I've ever seen. He was so interested in this, Heidi. He's all... He sniffed it. Yeah, that was so fun. He's very friendly. He loved this. He came and sniffed it like this close. Hi, buddy.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out our full snorkeling playlist for more epic swims, sea life encounters, and hidden spots that you'll want to add to your bucket list.
Thanks for watching, and until your next adventure, explore nature with us at Hike Bites, one bite at a time. See you on the next one.